Greetings, New Zealand naturopath Eric Bakker, author of Candida Crusher. Thanks for checking out my video. I'm going to do a video today about diets and why I hate diets, why I just really loathe them. And as you can see, I've got a few books on my bulging bookshelves, and some of the shelves need a bit of weight loss treatment. They're a little bit on the bendable side. I've had a few people comment over the years that shelves definitely need some treatment. A bit like the bellies of some people I see. Have you noticed how they're sort of a little bit like that, round at the bottom and sort of a bit lighter up here and low down there? Well, the shells are a bit like that. Now, most of those books are diet books, okay? The bookshelf on this side is all my herbal and homeopathic books. And I've got up the top there, with that little bark statue is a white statue I'm just pointing to now. That shelf and the one under it, there's some really old, classic old books there about health and well-being. Some go back to the 1890s. They've got some real beauties there. But a lot of those books nearly all of those books on there, the first, I think, those 3 rows are all diet books mainly. So I've looked at a lot of them over the years, so many of them. I've got a collection going probably back from the 1940s, 50s, right up to today. And one thing that a lot of these books have got in common, they're well written, they're written by passionate people, and they're written by people who are quite emphatic that this is the diet to follow. It's the diet that's going to give you everything you want in life. Money, sex, power, you'll be the next president. You'll have it all. You'll be amazing. You'll live to 140. You'll be invincible. Everyone will love you and adore you. That's what that person says. That's that person's idea of well-being. So remember, every diet book has been written by a person who's got a belief that that particular book is the right one. Now, I'm not going to discuss politics or religion on my Candida Crusher channel, but I want you to remember that diet, a person's attitude towards diet who's written a book, it's a little bit like a person's attitude towards religion or politics. Okay, you'll have people far left in politics, you'll have people far right, and you'll have the center. Okay. Religion's the same. We'll have the Muslims, the Christians, the Baha'i, the Jehovah's Witness, the Mormons. And unfortunately, the more passionate people get in politics and religion, the more they think that they're the smart one and the other people's the loser or the idiot. They know nothing. Now, some people in my industry are like that too. They believe that their way is the highway, that their diet book is the one that solves all of the problems. Well, if that's the case, how come I've got so many darn books on my shelf and they all say something similar but quite different? So I've got a couple of points I want to discuss here regarding diets and what my philosophy on eating is for patients, right? I don't even like using the word diet. And as some people say, it's die with a T on the end, right? So first point is keep it simple, right? Often, particularly when you get a little bit older like me, you'll have a pretty good idea what's good to eat and what's crap. I mean, you know this. You don't need to be told that drinking 2 litres of Coca-Cola a day is a bad thing. You don't need to be told that eating 1 or 2 bars of chocolate before lunch is a bad thing. You should know this. If you don't know this kind of stuff, then maybe you shouldn't be watching this channel. Maybe you need to be watching the crazy cat videos or some kind of Daffy Duck channel or something. So if you're watching this, you're probably reasonably intelligent. You're probably intelligent enough to know how to use YouTube anyway. So if you're that smart, then you're smart enough to know that your diet needs to be kept simple and basic and plain healthy eating. It's common blooming sense, isn't it? For many of us, our relationships with food is as complex as the most complicated of family dynamics. We tend to make it way too complicated. Some of the diets I get, when I get my case-taking forms back from patients, like here are some of my patient folders from last week. I think these are from Friday. So when I look at some of the diets, I should read some of them now to you. You'll laugh when you see what people eat, how complicated some people's diets are. They'll have 7 or 8 different types of vegetables in a green smoothie every morning. And they'll have linseed oil, flaxseed oil in there, and then they'll put, this stuff in there, and then they'll put a bit of salmon oil in there, and they'll make sure they've got about 7 or 8 vitamins they're taking in the morning. And it's quite a complicated sort of a diet. Same thing with lunch. It's a mixture of too many vegetables, too many meats, too many proteins, too many smoothies, too many supplements. And so they tack all these things in there thinking that by adding all this extra stuff, they're going to feel a lot better. It's surprising how many people I see that when I tell them to stop having their incredibly super potent green drink in the morning, how quickly the gut starts, repairing and feeling better. Many people actually feel sick purely by the virtue of how complex they make their healthy diet. They put too much stuff in there. Keep it simple, basic diet. If you think back a long, long time ago, people didn't have blenders. They didn't have all these sort of amazing array of vegetables and fruits and meats and grains from all over the world at their disposal. They had a few basic things. Right? So don't understand the basics and don't get muddled in the complexities. Right? We should let go of all the shoulds and shouldn'ts, the do's and don'ts. So the amount of people that say, I've been told not to eat this. This is bad for me. Or I can't eat this particular food. Or I've been told that oatmeal is bad for candida. Candida will get worse with oatmeal. I've been told this, I've been told that. As I said in my previous video, if I tell you to jump off a cliff, will you jump off a cliff? Because you've been told to do that? No. You should have common sense and you'll think, well, if I jump off a cliff, I could die. Right? So have a bit of common sense about you. Don't automatically assume that what people tell you is the gospel, because it might not be. Right? Second point is take control of your own health and diet. Right? You know what's right for you, not some stupid book. Right? Even my book, it could be a stupid book. Right? I don't care what you think that the book is. For some people it's good, for some people it's stupid. Take a few bits and pieces or hints and tips out of a book that you find. I never read books from cover to cover, ever. I will go through them. I might read chapter 9 first, or go through here or there. I find that books that tend to be non-fiction are like that. You can use them for reference. And if I pick up a book and I read something and I think, this is a load of crap, I'll just throw the book away if it doesn't make sense. But sure enough, if a person comes out with one ridiculous or stupid statement in a book or a whole bunch of stuff, the rest of the book's probably junk anyway. So just be careful. Okay, so take control and also let go of the negative associations you've got with food, because you may have a really negative association, for example, with sourdough bread. You may have a negative association with certain types of foods that I recommend. Try and stop that negative association. Give it a try. It might actually work. It's like going for a walk every day. You may actually feel better if you walk every day. Don't be negative and say, nah, I walk, I feel like crap. Well, how do you know? Have you walked every day for 3 months? Don't knock it till you try it. So, stop depriving yourself also of certain types of foods that you like to eat that you feel guilty eating, or the food police have told you not to eat. You may feel that a certain type of food actually feels good for you. It sits well in your tummy. You don't get aggravated by it. But because the food police have said don't eat it, and you do eat it, you feel guilty. Shouldn't think like that. That's wrong thinking. Point 3, listen to your body. Okay. If you eat potatoes and then an hour later you're farting and bloating, or maybe the potatoes aren't the right thing for you to eat. Right? If you have a certain type of food in the morning and then you feel pretty bad in the early morning, you think to yourself, God, I feel awful. Listen to your body. Think carefully what you ate previously. There might be an association there between how you feel and what you were eating. And the listening part is important, because that will make you understand cause and effect. And once you've understood that relationship, you stop that food. You may not feel awful anymore, okay? Nourish your body. So, nutrient-dense foods nourish our body. Fresh, healthy foods. So try and create nourishing plates of foods, with nice colour on them. And also, if you're worried about your weight, maybe get a slightly smaller plate. Maybe you don't need a plate that's, that's really big plate. Because if we get really big plates, we want to fill them right up. We're eating too much food. Maybe a smaller plate's all you need. And that can make a big difference. I'm quite fortunate with my vegetable garden. I had a lovely meal of fresh beans last night. It was beautiful. We had some chicken, and I just had a whole heap of fresh beans that were straight out the yard, that was steamed, and they were wonderful to eat. So, a good way for you to put a lot of these things together, simplicity, control, listen, and nourishment, is to really look maybe at about a dozen foods that you really enjoy eating, fresh foods. And then maybe start making some meals around those foods and get back into enjoying the taste of food, the smell of food, the texture of food. Because to be quite honest, when you're starting to rely more on processed foods, not a good idea. You're going to really affect your digestive system quite a lot, and that's going to keep you in that state of candida or parasites. It's going to keep you in a state where you can't lose the weight. It's going to keep you in a brain fog state. So simplicity, that's the big one, okay? Keep it simple. Now, don't forget to click on the link in the description box below for your free Candida report. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for checking out my video today.